I would like to invite all the dignitaries, Umesh Rathod sir, Koteshwar Rao sir, Akhil sir, Bhavesh sir, Pooja ma'am, Abhishek Tiwari sir on the stage. Principal manager. Good afternoon everyone, esteemed guests, innovators, entrepreneurs and presidents and conveyors of all the organizations. Welcome to the IIC Innovators Summit, the groundbreaking event co-organized by SIES GST, Innovation Center, Western Region and the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell. This summit is a unique platform designed to foster innovation, connect startups with investors and pave the way for the future of entrepreneurship. Before we begin, let's light the lamp, a beacon of knowledge to guide us to the journey of innovation. Now let us seek the blessings of Lord Ganesha with the heartfelt Ganesh Mangal.
शरणु सिद्धि विनायका शरणु विद्या प्रदायका शरणु पार्वती तनय मूर्ति शरणु मूषिक वाहना शरणु सिद्धि विनायका निटिल नेत्रने देवी सुदने नागभूषण प्रियने तटितळांगिद कोमलांगने कर्णकुण्डलधारणे शरणु सिद्धि विनायका कुक्षिमहालम्बोदरने इक्षुचापनगलिधने पक्षिवाहन सिरि पुरन्दर विठ्ठलने निजदासने शरणु सिद्धि विनायका.
Now I would like to call upon the podium our principal ma'am, Dr. K. Lakshmi Sudha, for a few welcoming remarks.
Good afternoon. Respected Innovation Manager, Shri Umesh Rathod, IP Faculty, Professor Shri B. Koteshwar Rao Nayak, CEO Spark Foundation, Shri Bhavesh Kotari, Mentor CS Pooja Gupta Singhal, Dr. Nitin Joshi, Director Bedekar College, SIES GST, IIC Vice President Dr. Rizwana Sheikh, IIC NASP Coordinator Dr. Kalyani, Vice Principal Dr. Aparna Banore, and all my dear colleagues and participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for the IIC Innovators Summit. These kind of summits will definitely help academic institutions in connecting with the industries. Thanks to the IIC for providing us the opportunity to host this wonderful event. Firstly, I would like to introduce SIES GST to the guests and participants. SIES stands for South Indian Education Society, started in the year 1932. We have various schools and colleges under SIES. SIES, Graduate School of Technology, is an engineering college, started in the year 2002. We have 8 UG courses, 2 PG courses, and 3 working professional UG courses. Our institute is accredited by NAC with A+. 3 of our courses, EXTC, CE and IT, are accredited by NBA. We are happy to inform that we have received the autonomous status from the academic year 2024-25. We have well qualified faculty having expertise in emerging domains and skilled non-teaching staff. We follow effective teaching learning and received the Best Engineering College Award from CEGR. We have also received 4 All India ranks in Time Survey in various categories including research. Our faculty and students present papers regularly in reputed conferences and publish papers in reputed journals like Scopus, SCI and Web of Science. Also, they publish patents and copyrights. We organize various faculty development programs, student development programs, workshops, expert talks by the industry experts in various emerging technologies to bridge the gap between industry and academics. We have pre-incubation cell with 2 startups and provide the live experience in projects and internships. We have very good placement. We encourage our students to participate in technical and cultural competitions also. We always strive for the holistic development of the students. Once again, welcome you all for today's event. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So now we would like to welcome our speakers for today's session. So let us welcome Umesh Rathod sir. With over 14 years in global entrepreneurial ecosystem, he leads the Innovation Center of Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell in Maharashtra and Goa. He is also a dedicated mentor, serving with NITI Ayogya Atal's Innovation Mission and other esteemed organizations. He has mentored over 4,50,000 students since 2010 and has received prestigious awards including the Rex Karmaveer Chakra Award and Global Teaching Excellence Award for his contributions to early stage startups and campus lead initiatives. So now I would like to request our principal ma'am to give him a gift of honor.
Next, I would like to call upon the stage Koteshwar Rao Naik. He is an expert in intellectual property management and professor at IIM Mumbai with a PhD in intellectual property management from the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. He has deep understanding of intellectual property laws, strategies, and best practices. Again, I would like to call upon the stage Principal Ma'am to deliver the token of prayer.
Next, we would like to call upon Akhil Nair sir. He is a seasoned educator and entrepreneur who's passionate about helping startups grow. He's worked at top business schools like IIM Lucknow, IIM Jammu, and he has got experience managing a bunch of different startups. Now he's leading the charge to create a new incubator at SIES to support students and alumni in turning their ideas into businesses. Now, I'll please ask the principal ma'am to give him a token of gratitude. Okay, we are sorry to inform he is not there today. Moving on, we have Mr. Bhavesh Kothari. So next we have Mr. Bhavesh Kothari sir. Next we have Mr. Bhavesh Kothari sir. He is an entrepreneur, startup mentor, and author known for the book Eves Against the Odds and Ecosystem, builder rated as the top 1% LinkedIn influencer 2017, 18 and 19. Currently building a global investment platform for women entrepreneurs built through Millennium Divas. Can I please request Principal Ma'am to present the gratitude?
Moving on, I would like to call upon the stage Pooja Gupta Singhal. She is a seasoned corporate professional with 18 years of experience. As a member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India and a certified Posh trainer, she specializes in setting up businesses, capital structuring, FDI, PE, JV, foreign collaboration, stock options, legal due diligences, corporate governance, and legal advisory. I would like to ask Principal Ma'am to give her the token of gratitude.
Next up, we have Mr. Nitin Joshi sir. He is an expert career coach and management consultant with expertise in education and business development. He has served as a professor at leading institutes and worked in corporate settings and as the director of Dr. V.N. Bedekar Institute of Management Studies. Nitin sir is also a certified assessor and has authored a book on service operations management. He also provides career guidance to students and professionals, helping them discover their potential strengths and choose suitable career paths. Now, can you please, Principal Ma'am.
Next, I would like to call upon the stage Abhishek Tiwari. He is a tech enthusiast and currently co-founder and technology head of Kama AI. He also founded Help for Coders, which has reached over 700,000 users across India and TSS, which develops AI applications to streamline and enhance business operations. Abhishek sir holds a BE in computer engineering with honors in AI and machine learning. I would like Principal Ma'am to give her the token of gratitude.
So I think Aparna Madam, Computer HOD and Vice Principal is a student, final year student.
Now we have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Umesh Rathod to enlighten us with his insights.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, all the IICs. Is Kshitij sir here from DG Rupani? Yes, okay. Welcome you. I welcome all the IICs who have traveled across the Navi Mumbai region. Can we have a huge applause for Navi Mumbai? Yay! Yes, a thriving ecosystem of startups and entrepreneurship. We have a lot of things going on in Navi Mumbai, and now we have a good connectivity also through Atal Setu. So reaching out to South Mumbai and meeting the ministers is, not that far, right? So I will be keeping my talk very brief because I'm not the guest. The guests are already there on the dais, and you all are the guests for the evening. My focus is only to highlight few aspects. Whenever any student comes up to any faculty and says, I have an idea, what do we do next? Yes, anyone could enlighten? How we respond to them? Bhavesh sir, join us on the stage, please. So, yeah, anyone would like to answer that? Yes, ma'am. Can we pass on the mic quickly? Here it is.
with an idea, first we need to understand what is the type of the idea he is having, whether it should be related to a research oriented or this should be converted into products, or it should be any applications where the product has to have some problem solving solutions for the social or economical or related. So based on that we need to go focus ahead. If it is more to be in a product basis, then we need to think in that way also. How that product has to be made in a mature manner, giving the workspace and the supporting for the financially and the global aspects.
Right.
And if it is for the social impacts and all, so it should be made again the products and how it should be delivered to the in an economy and also for the global people, otherwise anybody who is looking for that application.
Right. So I think you explained the whole value chain.
Yeah.
I started with a simple question: what do you do with this first step? Ma'am has given us the whole life cycle of the student. Can we have an applause for her? Yes. Yeah, Sudhirji, please go ahead. You wanted to share something.
I'll just keep it short and sweet. Usually when the students approach me for an idea, we are having a lot of undergraduate students, and our students usually go to the University of Mumbai Avishkar Research Convention. As an IP person, as a registered patent agent, usually when the student comes to me, my first reaction to anything to what the student says is that if you have an innovative idea, explore the market feasibility of that. If at all it is industrially useful, at least try to file a provisional specification. That's my first reaction actually. Because what happens is that the student might be having a very good idea, and he may not be having the technical resources to put it into the market. There are so many people around. So my first reaction to such kind of query is that explore the possibility of filing at least a provisional specification. If you cannot market it, somebody else will do it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing that. And we have an applause for sir. So, in academia, whenever we enter the institution, what we see? We see a big board of placements. Okay. And the number of placements which are done, the number of students. I want to bring a different perspective, right? We have great alumni, like we had one in front of us, right? Who is also providing internship now to this institute. So can we have a board of alumni entrepreneurs at the gates when the students enter? They think that, okay, either I want to take up a job or I can also be here, I can be an entrepreneur. And I wanted to bring this perspective of the value chain which ma'am and sir highlighted. Whenever any student comes up with an idea, you have an opportunity for patent or not. There is already existing value chain. You can reach out to incubators, you can pitch your idea. If your idea is suitable, they review it, and then you get incubated. Once you're incubated, you get 20 lakh seed fund. Right? Like you go for a placement, you have a CV and you show it to the company and you get jobs. You have a pitch deck, you show it to incubator and you get incubated. That value chain exists. It is just that we have not streamlined it yet. So the way TPO was working earlier, right? TPO was not existent earlier. We created that value chain. Yes or no? Can I have a louder yes?
Yes.
In next 4 or 5 years, we will see this value chain being created. Now, whether we will wait for it to happen or we create it for our own institution, that's the question. So, are we going to follow the others or we become the leaders in doing that? Okay, that was one part of it. Second part is Smart India Hackathon is going on. So, I believe all of you have registered as the SPOCs. Yes or no? Can I see the hands of IICs who have registered as SPOC? If not, kindly do it right as soon as possible. To talk about the MIC initiatives, we handhold from school. We have School Innovation Council. We have Institution Innovation Councils in higher education. We have schemes like Kapila to fund you or reimburse your patents. We have Yukti for your ideas. We have Student Innovation Ambassador Technology Program, SAITP. We have NISP, National Institution Startup Policy. How many of you are running business as a faculty? Can I see your hands? If not, read the NISP. NISP empowers you to become entrepreneur, to get incubated with your idea, and you can start your own business. I have met a couple of faculty entrepreneurs recently through my visits to various places, and they are working brilliantly, also teaching in their campuses at the same time, running their own business. So NISP is a document which you need to, we have democratized it. Apart from that, today's event is very pivotal in that sense. So coming to the closure of my talk, we have a brilliant IP faculty, Professor Koteshwar Rao sir, who did his IP PhD 17 years back, ahead of his curve, when IP was not even, people used to find it difficult to even pronounce intellectual, right? Intellectual property. So at that time, he has done his PhD from IIT Delhi. He is going to speak to you. Then we have, Bhavesh Kothari sir and Pooja ma'am, who will be mentoring the startups parallelly in a different room. There are, I heard, 7-8 startups who are going to pitch to them. There are recent events. I'll give you an example at Father Kansan Saur AutoX College of Engineering. We had 2 startups who got funded. In Pune, at Diva Patil, we conducted IIC meet. There were 2 startups who got funding proposal. So this activity is not limited to what we are doing today. Every 3 months, you can also bring investors, you can bring IP attorneys, you can bring industry leaders, and have such kind of a interactive session between the students and faculty entrepreneurs group, right? So with that, I would like to congratulate you all for being part of this session. I'll be here. We'll be having a lot of discussions. There's a panel discussions also after Professor Koteshwar Rao sir's talk. And then we will be closing. So parallelly, the startup pitch will happen, and we'll close it a little early, around 5:15, 5:30 around, right? So thank you so much. I welcome you all again, and I hope you will have some queries for me, and we'll be happy to address them.
Now, we would like to take a moment and appreciate the presence of Mr. Bhavesh Kothari sir. So, Bhavesh Kothari sir is an entrepreneur, startup mentor, and author known for the book Eves Against Odds, and also an ecosystem builder rated as the top 1% LinkedIn influencer for 2017, 18, and 19. Currently building a global investment platform for women entrepreneurs through Millennium Divas. I would please ask Principal Ma'am to give him the token of gratitude.
By the way, I am an SIES myself. Alumni first.
Now I would like to request all the participants to move to Seminar Hall 2 on the second floor to pitch their ideas.
Startup founders. Only startup founders.
Yeah, only startup founders. Thank you.
I would also like to ask Bhavesh sir and Pooja ma'am to move to the seminar hall for the evaluation.
Crucial role of intellectual property rights. IPRs are the legal rights granted to inventors and creators for their original works, inventions, designs, or trademarks. These rights protect their intellectual property and encourage future innovations. To explore the crucial aspect of entrepreneurship further, we are privileged to have Professor Kothari Rao Koteshwar Rao Naik, a distinguished expert in IPR, join us today. He will now guide us through an in-depth workshop on institutional IPR policy.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me like this? I don't like to have something in hand. So
It's better to use mic.
I'll be just using my own voice. I'm sure I'm audible to you, right? So move. Go one by one. So the first slide you have seen, the bird's nest, birds building the nest. How many of you seen bird building the nest? So are we more intelligent than these creatures? We feel always that we are intelligent animals, but it's not true, right? Their birds can travel the thousands of miles together without having any navigation. They can reach the exact location. They are seasonal birds, right? You go to different kind of lakes and all, different part of the country. So anyway, intellectual property was an Western interest to protect. It was not in the interest of our nation because we love to share our knowledge, right? You see, if you share your knowledge, it will improve, right? You also get more knowledge, right? You will be knowledgeable. If you keep it for yourself, it will die. So with that thought, our geography, you see the olden days like Nalanda, Taxila and all, right? It was flourished with the scholars across the globe. Used to study there, about 8,000 scholars in Nalanda, Taxila. So now the era has come because we all have to protect, because the Western world has become saturated in the market. They don't have much market opportunities. So whatever they do, they have to protect it and then make money out of it. So then they force all other countries, because now everyone is big, right? We have so many international organizations. We have a WTC, WTO, all that, right? So we are forced to be part of all that, to do our trade and all for developmental activities. So IPR become part and parcel of everyone's life today. So management of intellectual property. So more of us, whenever we say property. So the moment you say property is anyone has property. आपके पास क्या property है? As we people will say that मेरे पास land है, building है, flats है, car है, or any whatever you possess, mobile or any other things, not yours. But this is a different property, intellectual property. Okay, intellect, one's intellect. So it comes out of your intellectual creation. You create it, right? So management of IT. So whenever we say property, सीधा हम lawyer के पास जाएंगे. वो कुछ भी होगा lawyer, right? So the intellectual property, of course, here also there is a lot of legal things are involved. Only when someone infringes, someone copies, someone thefts your property, right? But before that, there is a lot to talk about management of your intellectual property. How you create, how you protect, and how you repeat, leverage, right? This is more about a strategic and management concept, not legal. Legal IP ka Patent Act, there is a Patent Act 1970. Okay. The moment you feel that your intellectual property is infringed, copied, then the legal system will take its own course of time and will resolve it, right? So what is IP? What is the use of IP? I am sure all of you know intellectual property is intangible, right? Intellectual property is intangible, isn't it? Once it becomes a product, let's say mobile. In 1994, I think, early 90s, we had a mobile walkie-talkie size, right? So walkie-talkie mobile, in those days, You have to, pay for you making the calls and receiving the calls. Two-way band bazaar is companies. So from where we have got a smart mobile, right? You have everything in your lab. There are still so many products. Mobile has so many products. Most of us are not wearing watches today. Most of us are not interested to buy cameras, right? So when this becomes a product, when it is available first time in the market, we call it as an innovation, right? So there will be about 1,000 patents are there in this product. About 1,000. Imagine. Those 1,000 makes a final product. Those 1,000 are your intellectual property. Intangible. Those intangible becomes a tangible product. So all the intangibles are your invention. People use invention and innovation interchangeably. It's not true. There is a lot of difference. Invention is intangible. You can read the patent document. If you are the expert in that field, you can make out what is going to be happen. Like, what is the application of this particular claims, what has been made in the patent document. But unless it becomes a final product, you will not know what exactly it is. Like these lights, they are illuminating. So we all know how to illuminate. Like, there is a switch. I know that, you can on this switch, the lights will illuminate. But I don't know why they are illuminating. There may be some scientific principle behind this, right? So all those are intangible inventions. The final product is tangible and is innovation. So there is a lot of difference between invention and innovation. Move on. So next. So what is use of IP? You all know IP. If you have a IP, startup companies, they are coming up with novel ideas. If they have an IP, obviously the investor will invest in those companies because you have got a proprietary right for that particular business model or idea or whatever, right? Business methods are not given as a patent as such. Even ideas are not patentable. Okay, there is a condition to get a patent. As such, ideas are not patentable. Sorry. Then, why do you want to protect? So you have invested a lot of money in your research, right? Invested billions of if you talk about pharma and biotech, for inventing a molecule, you have to invest millions of dollars, right? So you have invested a lot of money. So how you protect that investment? How you get the return on investment? So you have to protect through your intellectual property. How to protect, way to protect, when to protect. So how to protect? So IP is again, they have a different forms, right? You have a patents, you have a trademarks, you have copyright, you have geographical indications, you have integrated circuit layout designs, you have farmers, breeders, rights act. So there are a lot of forms, right? Even in copyright, you have again, it's a bundle of rights. Like, to take a movie, there are so many people who work for movie, right? Who is the owner of movie? Is the director, is the lyricist, is the dance master, is the choreographer, or the storyteller. There are so many people, right, who involved. Who owns the final economic rights? Producer. Because he pays everyone. So you have a terms and conditions with all those people, who contribute for the final product called movie, right? But here, again, there is one right, it's called authorship or moral right. So authorship and moral right always lies with the authors. Whereas the commercial right, we call it as economic right, lies with the producer. So he can exploit it economically. What is moral right? Anyway, we'll discuss it time for me. So how to protect? So you feel that your whatever creation you have done, that falls under invention category, not copyright. So I am talking about the invention. So you develop a invention, let's say this mobile. So I am having a problem of, what do you call charging? Like if I charge once, so it comes hardly for 3-4 hours. So if I make such a kind of invention, if I charge once, it will be there for 24/7, 1 week, 24/7. right? Then that will be a blockbuster invention, right? Because everyone uses mobile here. About 5 billion people are having mobile on the globe. So even you make such a kind of invention for the mobile, even you charge 1 rupee, so you have got 5 billion, right? You charge 1 rupee per per product, so 5 billion rupees. Overnight you will become billionaire. So you will keep such kind of inventions under patent category. So we have a patent offices in all the 4 metros. You will go to those offices. So again, those offices are geographically located. Like for the western zone, we have in Mumbai, and that too is the head office for all the patent related matters. So you can go there, you can file it. Way to protect, again, let's say you have invented something which is not in use here, it may be useful somewhere else, some other geography, some other country. By the way, I tell you, IP is a territorial. So if you file in India, you will get protection only in Indian territory, not elsewhere. So if you want to have a protection elsewhere, you have to file there. But again, there is a mechanism through which you can file one patent application and can seek protection in many countries. So that is called PCT, Patent Cooperation Treaty. It is administered by World Intellectual Property Organization, one of the 16 UN bodies, situated in Geneva. Not in Geneva. WIPO is in Geneva. So you can file one application, and if you feel like this invention has a value in different geography, you choose those geography and can pay the the patent office fee, whatever there in that geography, you can get it. So way to protect, when to protect. When to protect is, nowadays you can say the moment you have something, just go blindly and protect it. Because the product life cycle is shrinking. The olden days, to talk about pharma, biotech, so you'll have at least 5-6 years monopoly kind of thing. You have invented something, so you'll be there at least 5-6 years. But today you see the IT related products, softwares and all. Every 6 months there is a new novel thing is coming in that particular field. So you hardly have 6 months to get return on investment. So the moment you have invented something, just go and file it, and then start commercializing your invention. Right? So leveraging is basically so if you have enough funds with you, you can start manufacturing your own invention, bring the product in the market. If not, you can collaborate with someone who can bring this product in the market. If not, then you go for giving license, giving technology transfer, and then make money out of it. Right? Move. So this is again very, very important. It is not that easy to say that initially, what is the value of this invention. You may have some kind of market analysis, like you say this product, I have made the solution. I was telling you about the mobile. So I know what is the mobile market is. What will be the value of my invention, how much I can make. So accordingly, I can make a thumb rule method and can say, so I will sell you this technology for this much, or I will give you technology license for this much. So those kind of things you can do it, but that is not true, because there were so many inventions initially viewed as having no value, but later on people found that there are a lot of applications for those inventions. One of the examples is the aspirin, right? Aspirin was invented initially for some application. Now everyone was having a problem of heart attack and all. They used to have aspirin, right? I don't know how many of you know aspirin. Invented by a German giant called Bayer Science Park. Enforcement of IP rights. So let's say something happens in a house, some theft happens. What you will do? You go and come. Here also you have to police yourself. Intellectual property. Someone infringes it, someone copies it. You have to find out, get the evidences, and file a case. And all your damages will be recorded. Because there are a lot of cases. You see, Samsung and Apple case and the design patent. Apple was the first company to bring the mobile with the cargo-shaped design. Samsung copied that design, and Apple sued Samsung, and Samsung was paid 1.4 billion US dollars, and this design was blocked. From the Samsung side, the court said the design should be banned across the globe from the Samsung. Samsung could not use that design in those days. But design, again 10 plus 5 years, 15 years. The life of design is 15 years. So after 15 years, anybody can use it. Comes in the public domain. In case of patent, invention patent. Design patent is different. Invention patent is, you have invented something. I am talking about the bulbs and all, right? So there is something which makes the bulb to illuminate, like LEDs, when it was invented. So those things come from the invention patent. Design is basically the aesthetic look of an article, the way it looks like. That is called design. अब आप बहुत सारे गाड़ियाँ देखते हैं, automobile, vehicles and all. The design is the way you see it, with the bare eye. So it is an aesthetic look of an article. Still it has a value, because many of us, if you have same product in different designs, so we choose a particular design, isn't it? And designs are also made based on the customer interest, requirement, because this might, why should it be, like this? It can be, in a rectangle shape also, right? We have a slide movers. So, because you need to use those products in a easy way, right? So, keeping those things in mind, so they also design. We have a lot of ornaments, designs of our chapels, lot of things, whatever we use, the thousands of designs are there. Since there is a value, customer is interested in particular design, so that's the reason it comes under intellectual property. Enforcement, as I said, you have to police yourself. Don't publish before you file. What happens if you publish before you file your invention? What happens? The moment you make it public, the moment you disclose, it will lose its novelty, right? The novelty is a secret thing. You should not disclose it. When it is called as novel, when there is no prior art or the literature available about what exactly you are claiming in the existing knowledge, database of everything. You take everything, like your magazines, articles, books, newspapers, your research papers, patent. Okay, even sometimes, if you go to the rural side, people, they share knowledge, share from one generation to another generation, only through word of mouth kind of thing, right? So that is also taken as a prior art. Those people can oppose, because in traditional knowledge, there are a lot of patents were revoked. Lot of patents were revoked from the US. So like Haldi, Basmati, Kala Jeera, these all knowledge were, most of those inventors, not inventors, copycats, they are Indians only, settled in US. NRIs only filed majority of the patents which were revoked. So if you publish, if you disclose it, so it will lose its novelty. So if the novelty is lost, the first condition of getting a patent will be striked off. For getting a patent, your first condition is it should be novel. Novelty is universal, right? Anywhere on the globe, there should be any knowledge about what you are claiming in your invention. Should not be there. And the next step is it should be non-obvious. Non-obvious in the sense, so someone who is having knowledge in particularly in that domain should say that this is not obvious. So how you say it is not obvious? So for example, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. All of us know that is obvious, right? If I prove 2 plus 2 is equal to 22, that is non-obvious. There is something which proves it that 2 plus 2 is equal to 22. So there is a inventive step. So this is condition 2. The last condition is generally whenever 1 and 2 you fulfill, the third one will fall in, like industrial application. Right? Whatever you are making, so generally you take up some problem and you solve, right? So there is an application for that. It falls. But sometimes when you talk about products like technology per se, there is a market push and technology. Sorry, market pull and technology push. There are two models. Market push is something which is a necessity for the market. Market is pushing. Market is pulling it. There is a lot of demand for that product. Like during Corona time, vaccine was a market pull, isn't it? Mobile technology was a technology push. We were very happy when mobile was not there, right? People used to queue up for STD calls and ISD calls, and can do chit chat, and there's a good number of people have a networking and all, right? In banks also people used to go there. Now everything is online. There was one story I was reading, like one old person, one young chap was asking, "तुम बैंक क्यों जा रहा है? घर में रह के करो ना. You do from your home. Everything is available." He said, "If I do everything from my home, so I need to breathe air. I need to meet my friends, because social network is something which gives you more happiness and it takes care of your health, right? Many of us, the moment you like someone, it matters your frequency with someone. You have to share, at least meet once in a week. It improves your health. A lot of research has been already proved for this in the Western world. So,
Obvious is
no, obvious and non-obvious. That was completed. Industrial application. So industrial application falls in, like technology push. So the mobile technology was, we were not we don't know exactly, we were happy with the landlines and all. And even like, people used to write letters. So even if you read a letter after 10, 15 years, there's a lot of emotion is involved. And we used to like write diaries, This is a very secret thing, diary. What was the diary? It was very secret. If someone reads it, you feel offended, right? You feel offended. What we are doing today on social media, all of us, doing the same thing. If someone doesn't read it, someone doesn't like it, you cry. That day, you cry because someone read it. So our thoughts, everything is changed, our lifestyle is changed. Only because of the technology. I don't know how many of us are, I could see, morning to evening. Without mobile has become, we have become slave to the mobile. So this is a technology push model. The big corporations, they see, okay, they make us slaves. There is a more damage than the, good thing for the mobile. Like, if you see kids, they are fighting for mobile. So good olden days, we all, many of us used to have a, playful thing, physical activities and all that improves your health and wealth. So IP owning, so don't publish before you file. So file, publish and flourish. File, publish and flourish. Who owns IP? So most of us who are working for an organization, so by default organization owns it. So where it owns, where it doesn't, so I will tell you in our coming slide where I will be talking about IP also. Next move. कितना टाइम मेरे पास? How much time? Move. Go fast. Keep everything aside. So, whenever we say about startup or entrepreneurship, so if you start something which is proprietary, with a core, the core of your business should be there in your hand. Then only will flourish. Something which you are doing is non-core, there are many people are doing outside. Right? So we'll have a lot of competition. You have a less margin. Isn't it? If you are having core and it is proprietary, you will like a monopoly. So you always need to have a proprietary in whatever you wanted to do. Even if you want to sit for some placement, being a student, add those values which the company needs. Add those values, majority of them are not having. Then you will become a unique product. Then everyone will be after you. So here in entrepreneurship, basically you have to create the value, not money. People who want to make money or want to chase for money will never make money. You chase for creating value, money will chase. The basic principle in entrepreneurship is you have to chase for creating value. Then only you will make money. Money will be automatically changes. Be as simple as that. So that will happen only. So value creation is nothing but creating value is you will put your thoughts, right? Your intellectual input. So you create intellectual property. So it will give you competitive advantage. You can, get return on whatever you invested, generate more revenue. Investors, you see banks also will finance you. See, IP is taken as a collateral. I don't know how many of you know. Vijay Mallya put Kingfisher brand and took 6,000 crores and fled to UK. Right? So many companies, so valuation they do on their trademark. So how many of you have some idea about brand value? What is the brand value of Google, Coca-Cola, let's say Amazon, top 5 companies, Tesla. Get search and that runs in $200 billion. Flipkart or Amazon, they hardly have, these days they have just have their own warehouses. Otherwise, they don't have anything, right? It is the manufacturer, they register themselves on the website, then they sell the product. This is only a platform. Generates revenue in trillions of dollars. We talk about Tata, Birla, Godrej, these are all manufacturing company. When you will say what is your value, you say हमारे इतने asset है, इतनी machine है, इतना है, depreciation इतना है, so finally this is our value. A small company, Flipkart, who starts. Achha, good. So Flipkart started in 2010 somewhere, right? A decade-old company sold to Walmart for $19 billion. I was studying in IIT Delhi, was 2004 to 8 I was there. So this guy, Bansal was doing MTech, I was doing PhD. We both are staying in same hostel, come to mom. Okay? So he got a job in Infosys, right? So Infosys was, those days about 2 lakh is very good package, right? Per month 2 lakh is very good. So weekend used to, visit all the bookstores and collect the titles. So friends बोलते ये क्या बंदा पागल है क्या? His own parents used to say, क्या हुआ है बच्चे को क्या book store के बाद जाता है पूरा title ले रहे थे. You used to tell them that I'll sell you a books online to pay me something, 2%, 5%, whatever. And he know that this e-commerce business is going to flourish. There will be a big boom for this. So he forecasted. He has a vision. दूसरा साइड पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं यार फ्रेंड्स को कि बंदा को बोल देना कि लड़की देखना है साथ ऐसे घूमता रहेगा तो who will come for alliance. So now he has become billionaire, right? And Flipkart doesn't have any physical property. Now just bought here in the Gurgaon, Noida, and Bangalore, few places recently they bought warehouses of their own. Otherwise, you don't have anything. There are 4 guys sitting in a small room, having 4 laptops, a small AC, 15 by 15 size room, created something called WhatsApp, sold for $20 billion. That is intellectual property. So when we were comparing, so $20 billion, so 8,000 per billion, so 1.6 lakh crores. टाटा का पूरा प्रॉपर्टी एसेट कितना नहीं है बेचारा, 100 साल बाद पुराना है. You see 100 years of legacy and something which is just for a span of a decade. That is the power of your intellectual property. So if you want to be there in entrepreneurship or startup, create something from your mind. Don't replicate the existing business model. You will not make money. So again, when you talk about the licensing, there are three types of licensing we usually talk about: exclusive, non-exclusive, and sole. So whenever you have a technology with you, if you are not in a position to bring that technology in the market, then you license it, right? So whenever you want to give the license, what kind of license is good here? Exclusive, non-exclusive, sole. Which one is good? You are a licensor. Someone takes a license, is a licensee. Being a licensor, which one is good? First, you have to understand what is exclusive and what is non-exclusive and what is good. The exclusive, in the sense, you are giving license exclusive to them. So, in the terms and conditions, the licensee will say, your license is exclusively to me. You are not supposed to give license to others. So let's say I have given exclusive license. He said some X amount. After 1 year, I could see the value of the license, the product is multifold. Right? He is paying me peanuts, making a lot of money. So it is always advisable for the inventor or the owner to go for a non-exclusive license. So you can give license to as many people as you wish to. In again the exclusivity, again you can say, you are giving license, to someone. You say this license is only in Bombay geography. Even if someone is interested to take exclusive, you tell them that I am restricting this license only for this region, west, north, south, whatever. So that you will have an option in your hand to do more experiments and make more money. Sole license is something you are just selling out your ownership. You are no more owner. You are just an inventor on paper. You are not a owner. So there are three. So in which situation, what condition you can do all this is again a strategic decision. Let's say my invention, no one is coming to me, no one is interested in my invention. Suddenly someone comes here and says, no, you might have invested, about 100,000 rupees in this, so I'll pay you 200,000. You just give me the ownership, so I'll be happy to give. Because even myself, I could not see any value in this, or there is no one who is coming to take the license. So you have to see the situation and then you act accordingly. Startups generally, what we have seen in recent past, so many of them they simply copy some existing models, do some kind of value addition and then come into the market. So your IP, you will not get the IP for such kind of models. As such business models are not patentable. Third party trade secrets, there are many people they are using somebody else trade secret, but trade secret generally, it is a secret, right? It's called secret. Coca-Cola formula is a trade secret. Google algorithm is a trade secret. Dunkin' Donuts is a trade secret. KFC chicken is a trade secret. Not the chicken. The way it tastes you, right? So they use 16 varieties of spices in a particular composition. So here you can use that information. It is not difficult to find out what is the formula of Coke, right? You can take 1 unit of Coke and do lab test, your chemical laboratory. You can make out what is the composition of different elements. Isn't it? So you found it, the formula. And you know that 1 liter of that one will cost you hardly 1 rupee. So your bottle will cost you plastic one maybe on 2 rupees. So total is 3 rupees. So you add another 10%, or maybe 30%. 3 rupees, another 1 rupee is almost 25%, right? So you are selling for 5 rupees, 4 rupees. Coca-Cola is selling for 15 rupees. So you two have to come up with some name, right? So you name some X-Cola. So both the products are available in the market. So we all are customers. Which one will buy? Will be happy to buy 15 rupees Coca-Cola, not the X-Cola which is 4 rupees. We may feel like कि इतना cheap में बेच रहा है तो ये कोई poison भी हो सकता है. कहीं से पानी भर के लेके आया कलर वाला. So it is not the product, it is the trademark which speaks. Because trademark is not built overnight. It is a trust what you build over a period of time. That's the reason we trust certain brands, right? We blindly buy those products. So, being an entrepreneur, you have to create such kind of trademark and then come into the market, and of course, you have to be true to whatever you are saying for the customer in respect of product quality, quantity, whatever you are climbing, in that. So they also don't file patents. These things are not. So whenever we say management of intellectual property, IP management, the slide signing problem. Okay. So we have a first C. What is the C? The first one, creation. You create. Intellectual property management. See, I like more of mathematical formula because I am an engineer, so I like. So put this in a formula. This thing. So it is a function of creation. After creation, what will you do? You have created something. What you will do? What you are supposed to do? Protect. Protection. So you have protected, then you have to leverage. So creation, protection and leverage. Nothing but your management of it. So what you create, how you protect, right? What are the different forms, how you license, what are the terms and conditions. There are a lot of things are there in this. So this course I teach for 30 hours, then elective. So I am just keeping in just 1 hour, so it is not that easy to move on. I'll be giving just only the brief outline. So here it is IQ. There are 3 I's connected with entrepreneurship. Okay, the first I. Who is entrepreneur? Yeah, wait. So we all know Steve Jobs, right? Popular entrepreneur, come inventor, come designer, everything. He was not a tech guy, right? I know most of you might have read his, the biography. There was a movie also, right? I know many of you might have got. He was someone in the Apple, just a boy, can move files from one desk to another desk. But out of curiosity, out of interest, he learned how to make the computer in 7 days without having technical knowledge. So his autobiography says that you shouldn't be a techie guy. The only thing is you need to have a zeal for making something. You need to have a passion. So he was growing in the company, and all entrepreneurs they won't listen to other people. They will listen initially, but whenever they take the decision, that is the ultimate, final, very, very ultimate. So they have thrown him out of the company, right, from Apple. There was some rules were there in the company that the board can throw away anyone. He came out, he was not sad about it. He later he said that I have got a time to do something else. He invented Pixar. What is that? Animation studio. Apple was thinking, this guy sold Pixar for $8 billion and bought Apple. become the whole and soul of Apple changed all the rules. No one can remove the CEO or the the chairman of the company. Later, when he was about to go on bed, also changed, because again the property sharing, everything will be there, right? So he could make only a little bit of share for his spouse, not everything. So move on. So entrepreneur is a function of 3 I's. The first one is you innovate, right? Next, you innovate it, create it, you protect it, right? Invention. It is creation, right? Invention. Then you bring the innovations in the market. So invention, innovation, and the creation, incubation. You incubate your ideas, generate patents, inventions, and bring the product, innovation. So I'll give you one first formula. We all know, right? Formula मतलब formula one race नहीं है. Okay. Entrepreneurship first formula. Many of us know Windows Vista, right? No. Yeah. Windows Vista all of us know. Used to have Windows Vista, right? क्या तो? What was that? Operating system. So just tell me how many people might have made this, how many engineers? Windows Vista, how many engineers? 500 engineers. 500 engineers, ठीक है. So these companies, the giant companies, big companies, Fortune 500, the top 10 companies on the globe, they go to MITs in Western world, or in India, go to IITs, right? Take the best talent. Okay, it was in somewhere in 2010, right? So the package was about $100,000. US itna hi hota hai na, $100,000 a decade before. Today people are getting $200,000 package. So 500 people, how many days they might have worked? Days, months, years? 2 years. So 100,000, 500 people, 2 years. How much total? 24 months per month. No, per year, let's say per year 100,000. So per year 500 people, how many? How much? How much? Calculate karo. How much? Per year $100,000 for 500 people per year. How much salary?
5
In dollars, tell me in dollars.
lakhs.
5 lakhs. 3 years,
50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. 1.5 million. Tell me in millions, billions, all right? So for software product, you don't need to have a final product, right? You can send the link, and the buyer can get the link. You'll share the code. So that's how it is, right? There is a little bit investment in product manufacturing. So you have a sales team. Sales team also was working for this, right? So another 1.5 million for sales. And all of these people are, they were sitting in a skyscraper building where they have a cubicles, and also, let's say monthly rental for the building is $1 million. 3 years another 36 million. Here another 3 million. How much total? About 35-40 million. What else apart from this? What expenditure there is apart from this? That's it, right? Not even 100 million. You know how much revenue they generated? Any guess? Wild guess? How much? Wild. बताओ यार.
1,000.
Huh? How much?
1,000
1,000 million is 1 million.
million.
No, they spent hardly how much? 50 million? 50 million. So how much they might have made? In billion, how many? They 13 billion US dollar. What is the share of 50 billion? Is nothing. Right? Million. It is million only. 1000 million is a billion. So, we call this formula is talent bought at wholesale, sold at retail. What is talent? All the MITs, IIT engineers are talent. कैंपस में जाओ, होलसेल में ले लो, फिर तो बताओ कि यार ये बना दे हमको सब, बना दिया, मार्केट में भेजा तो इतना है. So this is called entrepreneurship formula one, which the big companies use. Move on. Power and formula है. Next. Next. So, next. So many of us know the founders, right? कौन है founders इसका?
Larry Page.
Larry and Sergey Brin, right? Who are they? Who are they? Engineers. PhD students, Stanford University. They were doing PhD in Stanford University. So their research project was to make a search engine. Okay. So search engine, at that point in time already Yahoo was having a search engine. But how this was become popular than the Yahoo, when Yahoo was also one of the investors in this. The दोनों बच्चे लगे, I mean they made the search engine, they named it as Backup, and the professor, one of his old student was the CTO in Sun Microsystem. Sun क्या होता है? सुबह इधर निकलता है, east में. What is Sun? Sun is Stanford University network. The alma of Stanford University, they started that company. So Andy was the CTO in that company. He was well known in the Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley was just coming up in those days, right? So Professor Carl Andy, he knows that he can only evaluate the technology, what they have developed, search engine, what is the value of it, what will be the future for this. So Andy came, so they sat in the backyard of the professor house and they discussed for 15-20 minutes. This guy gave a presentation. So Andy said, okay, I'm getting late, I have to attend some meeting. So he rushed to the door and just took the check, wrote google.inc $100,000. News में आ गया, next day सब आके भर दिए. So the moment we see in share market, this company has got a government deal for 100 crores. Blindly हम सब पूरे invest करके उसको 100 रुपए शेयर को 1000 रुपए कर देते हैं. The moment Andy invested, everyone knows Andy will not invest just like that. Whatever he touches becomes gold mine. Everyone knows it. The rest is history. Initially $1 million in days, and now the Google, I think their value is about $200 billion. Larry Sajiv, these guys, one of them used to ride cycle, was studying in scholarship. Both, I think, account about $100 billion. That is intellectual. So here, Andy or Sergey, Larry and Sergey, they just invented a software, that's it. There are many guys who are inventing. But who was invested? Who brought this into the market? That matters. Initially, who is inaugurating it? Whenever we see for inaugurating us, so who is the person who is bringing this into the market? So it was the Andy, because of him, become successful. And it was the people who are invested in this. And there are millions of people who are working in Google. So it is all OPM is not a क्या बोलता है उसको हसीस वो नहीं है. It is other people's money, other people's knowledge, other people's efforts. Okay? OPM, OPA, OP. ये दूसरा फॉर्मूला. जिससे big companies will profit. Next. यहाँ मुझसे time नहीं. Okay. It takes a lot of time, to explain everything. With a lot of examples and that. Otherwise, it will be a boring thing. So I hear when you say legal, boring. So I wanted it to be an interesting thing. So was bringing a lot of things, a lot of examples in this. So I could manage only half of what I was supposed to talk here. Even not even half, because IP policy will take another one. So anyway, thank you everyone. the audience and the college management for inviting us here. So thank you. Have a nice day. These those questions.
Few questions from the policy side because that was not told. Maybe he can cover it in that. We have a panel discussion in that also. I'm going to put some questions to Sir and other panelists. But if you have any one or two questions, you can go ahead. During the tea break also, you can meet him one-to-one and have a word. Any questions?
Please, I love to take questions. See, a discussion is more important than just talking. Please.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, actually, I don't know whether it is the platform to ask that or not, but many students in our college are doing innovation and they are participating in business card competitions. What we say is, whenever they are going outside for pitching their ideas, just go for first patent and then you can pitch their ideas. Now, but for student level, as far as we know, the fees for IP registration is not that big, 10,000, 15,000. But whenever we approach someone, they say that a complete process will take 1 lakh. But they have to do prior art search and this and
No
that.
need, see, whenever you feel that your idea is novel, don't go for prior art. You are not investing much here, right? Just protect it.
But without prior art search,
You can protect. Without prior art also you can file a patent. You can also draft on your own. For filing you need some agent number, that's it. And most of the science and engineering graduates, you can become a patent agent. That is very easy, I mean, my LP course will take care of that exam, 30 hours. So all of you can become a patent agent. Every 6 months, Government of India, like patent office, they organize that exam. And you can draft on your own. You know better than the lawyer. See, in the Western world, all the lawyers are tech or science graduates, not just lawyers. Now in patent, matters like in the courts, the judges supposed to be a tech or science graduate to become a lawyer who deals with the IP. So they can very well, they can file a patent, they can drop them, they don't need to go to the lawyer. Lawyer will say, "Mujhe drafting ke liye 25,000 de do." But there are some freelance people, who already learn IP, who are already science graduates. There are many people available on web. There are a couple of them are with me. They will give you freelancing. After, the government statutory fee comes around 10,000.
Yeah.
They will charge you another 5 to 10,000.
But going through a proper channel, then the student
Yeah,
will
so-
take back out that.
No. They 25,000 you can file a patent with the drafting and everything. There are freelancers who will give you service for 10,000-15,000. Even prior art you can do on your own. It is not a
They don't
rocket
accept
science.
that. They don't accept that. They say that we will do that thing.
No, that's what I am saying. See, they are forcing you that you should go with them. No, it is you who have to decide. You are the owner, right? You shouldn't be after them. So if you are after them, then definitely they will say you pay 1 lakh. Even the best of the best lawyer, I don't think Anand and Anand they will charge you more than 1 lakh for drafting everything. So we have a respondent 1 lakh. They are also one of the good brand. They are charging 45,000 to me.
So if you can
I am
take
paying
the
only
details,
25,000. I filed 4 patents. 2 of them are granted this year. 2 of my design they have got it granted. So another 5-6 I am filing, but 25,000.
So only for the drafting.
Drafting, filing, managing everything they will do it.
afterwards also, because there are some communities which has to come later on also.
No. Once you will get some kind of queries from the patent office. So for that they will say 2,000. So all that we have to see initially. But freelancing people will do better service than what the known lab, the known brand. They generally say they will also have only young chaps, who are the lab. But looking at the brand, we pay more.
So we need to renew for after 4 years every time.
Renewal is one thing which you can do only when you feel there is a value in this, where you can make money. Otherwise, you will leave it. You will say, I have got a patent. That's it. So those patents we call them a lapse patent. You do renewal only when you feel like you can make at least whatever you invest in. If you are not sure about the return on investment, why you will renew? That is not compulsory.
So it will be be great
One-
if you
one
help
last
us with
question.
some of the contacts.
I will share 615 IP attorneys.
पूरा लाइब्रेरी है
ये तो पता है. In fact, it's available on the website of IP Controller Patents with the domain open for public. I have downloaded it from there. So if you want, I will mail it to you. One last question quickly from now.
Yeah. Maybe again, as ma'am said, it is a proper platform or not. I don't know. I can ask sir or any one of you can give answer. Generally, what is the timing for once you file the patent? How much time it requires to get it approved?
Depends on the IP attorney.
Even depends on the invention, right? So it takes max 3 years these days, not more than that. Within a year also will get the patent.
And
My
like-
design?
Yeah, to add to what sir said, max 3 years, but it depends on the IP attorneys. I have been interacting with these people. Some file in within 1 year also you get it.
You get the patent.
It depends on how they write. It's a writing skill.
Okay. Thank
We'll
you.
discuss this during the tea break and then we start with the panel discussion. Tea break will be for 15 minutes. We will start as soon as we end with that. Sir, I wanted you here to take the opportunity to. Can we have an applause for sir? Right, so let's go for a tea break. Then we have a panel discussion. We'll quickly take a photo with everyone. Okay, can we invite? Take you here. Take you here. Can we ask the people to show from the center? अच्छा ठीक है we'll take your picture. ठीक है. Sir. Up in the center. Let's have a quick picture. Then we go for a break and then. In IIC. Let's fall back within the next 15 minutes. We want to leave you as early as possible. We understand there will be traffic, so.
Mr. Akhil Nair sir, our incubator administrator, from the hands of our ma'am, Kalyani ma'am. So can we please call both of you on stage to give you a token of gratitude? So now we have now reached a pivotal moment in our summit, the panel discussion. This interactive session brings together a distinguished panel of experts from diverse fields, including industry leaders, representatives from innovation and incubation centers, seasoned investors, experienced incubator CEOs, and renowned IP attorneys. Under the insightful guidance of our esteemed moderator, the innovation manager, this panel discussion will delve into the critical aspects of innovation, investment, and intellectual property. We will explore the challenges and opportunities faced by startups, the role of IICs in nurturing innovation, the investment landscape, and the importance of IP protection. The panel will share their valuable insights, experiences, and best practices, providing you with the unique opportunity to learn from industry experts and gain a deeper understanding of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Now, can I please request all our guests to please be seated on the stage and start with the panel discussion. Thank you. Can we please have a round of applause for everyone?
So meanwhile, the investors are joining us. We can have a quick, interaction. So there were some 7-8 startups which are being, they are pitching their ideas to the investors. What we have seen is, as a general guideline from the Innovation Center, I would like to give is lot of students in campuses are caught up with a bias or a virus, I can say, that cheapest product is the best product. So every other startup founder or the people who are pitching to us in our pitching session, I have personally observed is that they focus on mentioning that we are giving this product at the cheaper cost or the with less commission to compare to what is being offered. I think that's a big problem over here because no one is talking about making the best product, the quality product. Rather, the focus is on the cost or the pricing aspect. I think the pricing comes a little later. Focus should be to create the best product. So they kind of have that goal and they are accepted first. Then they can maybe think of fighting in the market or entering into the larger landscape. Apart from that, the IIC activities which are being conducted in campus, we need to have, as I mentioned earlier also, every 3 months you need to have some kind of a startup pitching going on. You have a seminar hall, bring faculty entrepreneurs also, and bring student entrepreneurs also, and invite. You have Indian Angel Network, Mumbai Angel Network, you have the investor information available on the internet. And easily I think 2 or 3 startup investors can come on board. If you find it difficult, reach out to me. I can connect you to some of the investors. And then you can organize these cluster events in your vicinity. So it will be really helpful for, it's important to get validation at the right time. So startup founders can actually do that. So students did not dwell upon that, what to do with it. And I can understand the faculties in the institution don't have that much amount of bandwidth to, address those issues, right? So today on the panel we have Koteshwar sir will be joining with the investors. We have a startup founder, we have incubation center CEO, and coming from the government, right? And we will be discussing about the IP and technology transfer landscape, which is majorly untapped in the country. Right? Last year, for your information, we filed 1 lakh patents from academia. Are you aware on that? Right? 1 lakh patents were filed by academia last year. Before that, it was 23,000 plus patents. But the challenge is, not many patents which have been filed have taken up to startup licensing or technology transfer for that matter. So that's a big problem which we are facing in the ecosystem, that hand-holding is there. Schemes like Kapila help you to file those patents and all, but get refunded for filing the patents and all. But then what happens to those patents? Why are we sitting idle? Why can't we connect with investors? At least we should look at getting back what we have invested to file the patent. Like that should be one simple approach. And in the long run, right? So just waiting for the investor mentors to join us. Meanwhile, sir, you would like to share a few insights about your patent journeys. I think recently you filed a patent for the helmet. Oh, you got a grant. Yeah, it's on.
See, actually, all inventors are not entrepreneurs. All inventors are not entrepreneurs, but all entrepreneurs are inventors. If all inventors are entrepreneurs, then Thomas Alva Edison or other scientists have become billionaires in those days. So here, the person who has business acumen can see market requirement, can only bring those inventions to the market. So in every institute, you need to have someone who can understand what is the invention made by this engineering faculty can be commercialized. So the faculty is only can see what is the application, but he don't know what is the market they are seeing, right? So if you take institute, the top institute on the globe in the engineering domain, we talk about MIT, right? MIT has a technology licensing of TLO. I heard that about 400 people works in that. It is not the faculty or the scientists who commercializes it. This faculty and scientists also was given the input that this is the gray area, this is the white area, there is a space for you to do the research. The faculty will do research and bring the invention. That's it. I mean, faculty role ends there. It is the TLO who take the invention, file the patent, do the technology licensing, get the revenue. Because faculty, I mean, all the, as I said, all the inventors are not entrepreneurs. We don't have that kind of, insights and, the business acumen, right? So every college should have a technology licensing office or a technology office which will take care of all this, can also tell the faculty that, in your research area, they can also do some literature review or patent search. So patent search, prior art search is a very, very important thing, right? Before you filing the patent or before you invest in R&D. Before you invest in R&D, if you are investing so much of money in the R&D, if it is money intensive, it is capital intensive, you have to do the prior art. And to find out, so you are targeting, your objective is to do the research in a particular domain. Let's say lithium ion batteries, but all the autonomous cars are very, very important thing, right? You have to find out what is the space available, freedom to operate, white space, to invest. Don't invest just like that in lithium ion batteries. There are lakhs of patents already available. A lot of research already been done. So invest in blindly in that, you will not make out anything. Even if you make out something which is already patented by somebody else. So your investment goes in that. So it is very, very important whenever you venture into anything, like even all of us, we write research papers, right? Faculty, it is compulsory for all of us. That's how the academic world is. So we do a lot of this literature review and then say someone has said this, and we find this is a gap, so we want to do this. So we did this and this is the result. So that's how we do. So in patenting also, in investing, in R&D, you have to do this. That is very, very important. And you should have to have someone who can understand the value of what you have developed. What is the market value of it? Who is the intended customer who can use this, the industry, so that you can really make money out of it. You can flourish. Otherwise, if you leave everything to the faculty, as Umesh said, 1 lakh patents are filed, okay, file, but even CSIR labs, there are 43 or 46 labs are there across the country. It is mandatory for them to file the patent. The promotion are linked with the patents. They all have number of patents, but how many commercialize? Commercialization should be understood by only those people who could see the value of this invention in the market. So you need to have a technocrat or bureaucrat. That's the reason in the market today, who is highly paid, who is having technical knowledge plus business management. So techno come bureaucrat will become a hot cake in the market. They are only highly paid, right?
Absolutely. So I resonate all your thoughts. In fact, we are having a pitching round for startup. Can we have a pitching round before you file a patent? Have some people from the the technocrats or the IT attorneys who come from technical background. Like I met some of the patent attorneys during my visit to Nanded. We had an IIC meet. There was one patent attorney, Govind Sateji. He is from Nanded, currently working in Pune. He was very humble to come with me to Nanded. We had one person from NLU, Professor Sajid Sheikh, who is also into patent filing. And then at the recent event which we conducted at Pune, we had one more patent attorney, couple actually, Mr. and Mrs. Bura. So they are having domain-specific information. So can we invite those people for the pitching? So we were waiting for Bhaveshji and Pooja ma'am to join us for a quick panel discussion. And then we will kind of, as mentioned, I will be closing it in the next 30 minutes. Okay. Okay.
Sorry guys, I have to leave, but I will come back.
Catching hold of investors is a very difficult task. I think Akhil will understand. And
सारे हो कि मुझे
no, it's great that you took out time, you traveled all the way and spend. Your main task was done, meeting the startups and listening to them. Can we have an applause for Bhaveshji? Can we have one more IIC coordinator to join us on stage? Anyone would like to join us? Ma'am, would you like to join? I could see that you were very vocal, so it would be great to have your insights. Let's join. Please. And women participation also increases, so I get pointers for that. So, yes, ma'am had asked a lot of questions related to it, so it makes her more suitable. So, we hope to answer a few of those to this panel. So I welcome my panel today. We have Koteshwar Sir Akhilji joining us. We have a young startup founder. We have Pooja ji, who is handling the directors and the startups and the businesses. And then we have ma'am. Can we have a quick introduction? Amazing. Can we have an applause for the panel? Right. So we'll start with Agarwal ma'am directly. This is an open question, okay? What do you see is the most significant challenge at the institution level in IP and technology transfer management?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, sir, as rightly mentioned, the pain point problem what we are facing is, I would like to tell that there are many patents which the faculties are filing. Faculties are filing. Even when I'm going to other institutes, The faculty says that I have 10 patents, 20 patents. And then I asked, what you have done with the patents? They said nothing. So what I think is once, for any startup also, sir, whenever they have idea, they have the fear of failure. So I think that failure is the biggest reason for going ahead with commercialization. For students, what they think is that okay, after I have done my graduation, they want to get a job and they want to get a monthly salary. So they have a fear that for 2-3 years, who is going to give me my expenses? So what we say that there are many policies, there are many startups, those who give to them stipends, right? If they are doing any startup. So our duty now is that to tell them, first what we are doing is, we are saying that you start at second year only.
Okay, we'll come to the solution part a little
Right,
later.
right.
I think,
But that
because-
is the problem of fear of failure, which
Got
the
it.
faculty and the students are having in their mind why they are not going for commercialization.
Okay.
That's what we find.
Thank you, ma'am. Can we go to Pooja ma'am and have her insights on this question? The same question. You have been interacting with so many startup founders, going to college and being part of this session. So, what challenges you see?
The challenges means the mentoring. Means they are not into the market, into the startup ecosystem. They don't know how to go further about it. They have the idea. They had applied for Kapila, Yukti with the help of their incubation centers, but till then their career is on, and then they went for the jobs and all. So at the third year stage, there should be a good incubation center round 2, which we had discussed in first floor. We had discussed भी किया भावेश कोठारी जी के साथ. Incubation center is here in every colleges. That is tier 1 incubation center. So there is a great like you can say एक ज़रूरत है incubation center tier 2 की, which is from the industry experts domain. How to commercialize this, how to get money out of it, and how to get popularity out of it, and how to get means any government schemes explored out of it. So
Okay. Can we hear thoughts from Koteshwar sir on this? I think you have already summed up a couple of things, but something which has
I'm also saying like commercial aspect of intellectual property. See, NIRF came, so there is a weightage for patent. Okay, so filing will cost you let's say 50,000. To file 20 patents, so how much? 10 lakh you spend. Your college rank has gone 3-4-fold. So investing in that, and filing doesn't mean that you have granted the patent. Once you got the grant, then you say, okay, your invention was novel. So out of, let's say 100 patents were filed, about 50% will be granted. So take the granted patent. Out of 100, how many are commercially viable? The data says statistic global. How many? Hardly 5 to 6%. So someone has filed 20 patents, maybe 1 or 2 will go to the market, not all 20. It doesn't mean that all other patents are waste. There are some strategic patents. In pharma biotech, what they do is they have a main patent, then there are patents which will safeguard it. So make a fence so that others will not enter into this domain. So there will be monopoly for longer period. So that is another strategy. They will not commercialize these patents. They are safeguarding patents. So Sainyam में जो main रहता है ना, तो remaining people who will be safeguarding the main hero of the army, right? So some of the cases like you take Fortune 500 companies, okay, and on average they file 10 patents per day. Take IBM, Google, and all. They have in a year end they'll say we have filed 4,000 patents. And one fine day IBM says, see these 5,000 patents we have opened for public. Anybody can use it. They found that there is no value in this, but still they want to bring value in that, squeeze it and get value out of it. How you get the value? So IBM is on NASDAQ and all that, right? So the moment it said, 5,000 patents are open for public, the same value goes 3-4% up. So 3-4% is some billions in that, value. So they make 3-4 billions out of it. These are all strategic things. It doesn't mean that all patents which you are filed, which are granted, get commercial value.
Right. So let's hear it from Akhil ji. Then I'll come to the young man in the room. Yes, Akhil, from the incubator perspective, what challenges do you see? You have some startups which are incubated. Are they having any patents? How they leverage it?
So currently we don't have much numbers. We just started off. So we have one alumni coming in from the SIES Arts and Science College, Nehru. So they have a technology they are building around it. It's a platform where people can come and learn about current affairs if they are preparing for the entrance exams or UPSC senior level exams. Talking about the challenges, as the panel members have said, the lack of awareness is also critical in terms of what are the roles and responsibility in terms of when you talk about the institute. What responsibility do they take care of? How do they safeguard their interest? How do they safeguard the interest of the person who's creating such specific technology or anything which is patents or copyrights? So there, I feel that is something which is very clear, needs to be clarified in terms of who wears what cap, right? So, and one more thing is, gradually when we are growing, we'll have more and more startups. So we'll also have to showcase the number of patents that the incubator has supported. So we'll be definitely taking support from experts like Sir, and of course, Umesh Sir as well, to get people who can help our startups to file their patents at a very low cost again. So we see that gradually and steadily the numbers will grow, and specific to those IPs which are really creating value in terms of when they go into the public.
Right. Thank you, Akhil. Let's go to our friend. What are your thoughts? You are running a startup. Do you have a patented startup, by the way?
Not yet, but we are going to file it by the end of October. We are going to file the patent of the core architecture of the whole product that we are building by the end of October. Now we are still at the prediction stage, and then we will proceed with that. And but I'll just tell you one perspective as a student, since I just passed out of this year. As students, what we feel filing a patent, it's a kind of a hectic job. First thing, we don't know how to file the patents, like the process, the step-by-step process, what is that? And after that, we also have a fear of validation, whether my idea will get validated or not. Let's example, अगर मैंने किसी भी patent के लिए apply किया for XYZ stuffs, तो वो एक तो whether it will get into action properly, अगर होगा then it will take time. As we know, at least sometimes it takes within a year, but it takes time to file a complete patent. Then उसके बाद क्या? Because me myself, I was running my startup. Even after 1.5 years, I got to know the incubation centers kya hote properly, and then I got incubated somewhere, and then now I got a proper platform. But initially, at the very early stage of my college, like during first year, second year, I was not aware that incubation type की चीजें it's an accelerator for businesses, for the startups to grow. So in that perspective, the lack of knowledge, I think it should be inculcated through college curriculum itself, because there is something where we stay a lot. Like at our age, college ही है जहाँ पे हम सबसे ज़्यादा रुकते हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा सीखते हैं चीज़ों को. If this type of stuffs are inculcated right from the core, right from the basics, then it will be very much beneficial for the upcoming startups, upcoming entrepreneurs to file the patents and protect their idea and protect their property. So yeah, that's what I feel about.
Thank you for sharing those insights. I think very valid points. And we also mentioned that, because the journey is very short-lived, like 4 years go like poof. So you need to start as soon as the students come to the campus in the induction. If you can talk about the kind of patents filed by the institute, the kind of startups created by alumni which are patented on patented technology. So that will help them to at least give us So good insights over there.
Actually, I would just like to add one thing. I think there are two types of categories, what I can say. One is the category of people, those who know that I want to do commercialization. And we tell them that before commercializing, you file a patent. So patent is just an add-on, but they have already set their mind. The problem is that we have to address the people, those who are just filing it for namesake, maybe just to add numbers to the college, and we have to mentor them that don't stop here. We have to make their mind that you can go ahead.
Definitely, we are targeting the second one only.
Yes.
Because the person who is self-motivated, he'll find the network, he'll do it on their own. That's what my observation is. I went to Rajaram Babu Institute of Technology, Kolhapur. I'll narrate a quick story. Anand Kakreji, one of the professor, who is also the IIC, president over there and running it. They are running that institution like a company. So behind the institute, there is space, there is a workshop. They are running a business worth 3.5 CR. They are making UPS and transformers and selling it to brands like Kirloskar. And it's on patented technology that he has created. So the people who are already inspired, already doing that, they don't need hand-holding. They are self-motivated. We are looking only for those people, what they have filed in and how we can support them. So yeah, valid point taken. They're like, thank you for differentiating it and bringing it to the limelight. So let's go to the next question. This is from the investor perspective. So I'll have Akhil and you answer this quickly. How do you evaluate the potential of university-based innovations and the challenges they typically encounter, to get funded? So how do you get a patented startup? So what next? Like for example, this guy comes to you tomorrow with a patented idea or a startup.
Right. So sorry about that. So when it comes to any student-led startup with a patent, ideally what I've seen in the past is they tend to be more research oriented, or they're very bookish. So they have to change that personality and look it as a full-fledged business and come as very professional entities. So they should have a very valid and impressive pitch. This is the first thing. So that shows a level of maturity. Then when we talk about numbers, let's say what is the customer, how many customers do they have, right? That is one. Talking about what problems, what is it? Is it something related to, is it impacting some kind of, social cause or something like that? That is also.
So are they able to leverage that, like in your context, in your thoughts?
Right. So yeah, having the IP, of course, is a big marker. I would say yes, that does add value, but we also have to assess thoroughly to understand if we are able to make the best out of it, right? So yeah, IP, yes, big yes, but long-term perspective, long-term usage is also something that we look into as an incubator.
Right. Yes, Pujama.
Startup can be like a patented startup भी हो सकता है and non-patented startup. But someone is coming to me as a patented startup and one is coming to me as a non-patented startup. I will look first to the patented startup. So this is the main beauty. So we should tell to the students that you should create some research activity and you will get a privilege over it, actually. So this is the one thing why the patented startup, again we are coming to the commercialization, because कहीं ना कहीं तो जाके कमा ही लेगा. That is the beauty of it. However, a non-patented startup, you have to create your market from day one to the end of the day. But once you had created a patent, means you had created a platform to a minimum level at least. So that is the thing over here. So always a leverage is here or a platform is here up to a higher side for the patented startups in the market.
So I'll put one generic question to all of you, and in 2 minutes or like one minute, each one of you could summarize today this. If you could implement one major change to improve the IP and tech transfer process in academia, what it would be and how? We can start with
Actually, the academic institutions, first you need to know what is patentable. Awareness is more important. The people are coming with non-patentable business models and that, of course. Because the model generally is not patentable, okay? Comes from the copyright. All your designs and everything. I mean, the architectural designs and working. So, unless you have a, someone who can say, this is patentable. Someone comes to you, you should have to be in a position to tell them that under which form of intellectual property can be protected. Protected. Because you see there is some value. Protected. Then you go to the next level, commercialization. And the academic institutions, as in IIT, so whenever you go for filing a patent, they will ask you the application of this, what is the market size, what is the value of this, who will be going to use this, all that details you need to give before you ask for filing the patent to the institute, because the institute will be investing in this, right? So being an inventor, you know who is going to use this. That much knowledge obviously every one of us have, right? So something we are developing, so we know what is the application of this. You can say, who are the companies using this application? Give that information. At least the institute will start the commercializing process from there itself. Of course, you file it, then they will start. The moment you file, from day one itself, you can do the commercialization. No one will stop. Don't wait till you get the grant.
Right. I think to add to that, startups which have provisional patents, you can also go to investor and pitch that your patent is filed and in the process of getting that. So over to you, ma'am. The same question, the process or
Yeah, as you said, sir, as we all know, we have many initiatives. IIC is taking many efforts that awareness is there in institutes, but still if it is lacking, as he said that he was not aware of it. So the first thing is we have to orient them right from the beginning, right from the first year, that there is someone in the institute who can help the students if they are thinking in this way. So what under NEP also, as you all know, now entrepreneurship is a mandatory subject. So what we have done actually, instead of giving a solution, I can share what we have done at Pillai College is, we have a specialization. So if the student is thinking, yes, that this is my path, then they can take that specialization in which we are training them for IP management, for business analytics, means everything related to this journey, then we are giving them the specialization. So first, we can include a core subject at a lower level so that the student can decide whether I have to take this path or not. And if it decides, then we can train that student in that 2 or 3 years so that the number of startups and entrepreneurs will be more, and we will tell them about IP management also. So I think that can be a solution for this problem.
Okay. Over to Pooja, ma'am.
As sir has said, as an IP professional and madam is also from the institution side, the awareness is here. And just to deep dive into the awareness, whatever thought is there, idea is here into the student mind, like he's saying there was a lack of knowledge. So the institute will come into the picture first with the help of core professionals, like IP professionals. The idea should match with the copyright, with trademark, with design, in which category. So that category should be from the ideation stage only. That should be built in so that the mind of the student is also good, and it is very much like at a parallel level to the market also at a future stage. So if a student is like thinking from the patent perspective from day one, and down the line after 1.5 years, as an IP professional is coming in and this day it is not a patentable thing, it is only copyright, and the whole idea or his work is like gone. So the things should be structured by the colleges or by the institutes in such a way that the ideation and the work on the idea in that manner.
Going to our friend. Yes.
So what I feel ki, as everyone mentioned, ki right from the start there should be a provision for every student to decide which path to choose. Whether if you have an idea, they will get an idea कि okay this is patentable or not, what kind of patents are available, कितने type के होते हैं, copyrights क्या होता है, and everything. We all know that copyright infringement क्या होता है, right? Because we have seen that during social media, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा वही चीज़ चलता है. But apart from that, there are multiple things that are still unexplored, untapped, and no one knows about that. So वो सब चीज़ें हैं जो that can be taken care कि if a student knows that okay fine, this is something, if I am having any idea, in fact even going before in front of incubators or anyone, he should himself know okay this is the idea. If I am going in front of someone, or if I am pitching in front of someone or any kind of investors, so they can ask me such type of questions. What are those? If I know that this is a patentable idea, I can just file it, and then I'll frame my journey कि via this step, like what do we say, patent file करने के बाद I'm getting an upper hand over others. If I don't know, अच्छा ठीक है मुझे पता है मेरा idea unique है सब कुछ everything is good, but if I don't know कि ये चीज कर सकते like applying for patent and then going in front of investors will have an upper hand, then I definitely I will not get that edge, I will not get that boost startup. We went in front of investors, we did some investment as well. Investors did invested. They definitely asked for us whether this idea is patented or not. We told them not yet because we have an awareness कि इसको patent करना है, but we are still into that process. Like what process that I personally follow कि first we have an idea, we got to know कि ठीक है इसे patent कर सकते हैं, इसमें copyright हम लगा सकते हैं. Now before applying for that, we had that validated from the actual market कि मेरे users कौन है. Whether the idea is मतलब even if there will be some ideas जो बहुत unique होंगे but उसका market नहीं होगा, there will be no people जो उसको ठीक से use कर पाएंगे, right? So in fact it's a huge like being an entrepreneur बहुत सारे unknown variables होते हैं जो initially सबको पता नहीं होता है. So these are the some basic checkpoints. ठीक है, I got to know patent कर सकते हैं, I got to know this is something unique. इसके यूजर बेस क्या है, सेल्स कितना हो सकता है, प्री सेल्स कैसे हो सकता है, यू गेट वैलिडेट फ्रॉम द एक्चुअल मार्केट एक्सपर्ट्स जिनको हम देने वाले हैं. दे विल गेट टू नो कैसे ठीक है ये दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज लैकिंग, मतलब मैं एज अ डोमेन एक्सपर्ट मेरे को पता है ये चीज मेरे पास नहीं है. इफ आई गेट दिस थिंग इट विल बी ग्रेट. देन यू गो टू द इन्वेस्टर्स बिकॉज देन यू विल प्रेजेंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स, सब कुछ बता सकते हैं. इट इज अ ग्रेट आइडिया, पेटेंटेबल आइडिया, वी हैव वैलिडेशन फ्रॉम द मार्केट, वी हैव ऑल दिस बेसिक क्लियरेंस चेक. Then at that point investors will have in fact investors का भी impact पड़ता है कि okay this guy knows about the market, इसको पता है कि जो ये चीज कर रहा है वो चीज कितना impactful और कितना value लेके आ सकता है market के. So that's what I.
So I would like to just add a small thing.
मुझे लगता है कि after listening to you ना, I think social media is the solution for this because today's generation is only inspired or educated by social media because we have an example when Shark Tank came into.
So we are going live by now.
So see when Shark Tank is coming on now, everybody is aware of what is entrepreneurship, what is startup, right? So if we have something like that, IP is also happening in social media. I think that.
So I'll tell you, I don't know how many of you follow Vice President of India on social media like Instagram. I don't know. How many of us follow Vice President of India on social media? You follow? You follow him? So he has posted 2 messages related to IP in the country and its impact. So the government is having a clear mandate, they are going to come hard.
So we have to
This is a very generic.
which these people are.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, so it's a sync. The ecosystem will move forward, and that's how the things will shape, right? So it's not only startups are doing something, but government is not, and everyone is doing it. Everyone will come out of silos, work together, and then I think it will be.
I would like to add on this the efforts of the government, like while scaling my business, like we did got support from multiple government organizations, right? There are multiple programs that government do. For example, the Chunauti, if everyone knows, provided by STPI, then Nidhi Prayas, all these are the Yojanas and from the Department of Science and Tech, Department of MSME. They provide multiple programs. We as a startup founders, we have to explore that part. And even if let's say from social media or from not social media, अगर मैं ये सब चीज़ों में भी apply करता हूँ, if we am getting to know कि ये सब चीज़ें हैं, they will in fact like when we are selected in STPI, the very first session they told us about the IP. कि ठीक है, you have a great idea, now you can go for the IP part. We told them कि ठीक है, we are in the proper validation stage, development हो रहा है. We are not going to make it live, we are not going to commercialize before we file an IP, because we know कि किस तरीके से process चल रहा है, right? So government is taking multiple efforts because me myself is one of those जो जिसने help किया हमसे, right? So that's why I'm able to say कि there are multiple programs, there are multiple योजनाएं जिसके through ये सब चीजों को we can explore and we can take multiple advantage from this.
Right, Akhilji, over to you. Then we summarize the.
Yeah, so coming back to what I said in the beginning, of course, from the institutional level, from the college level, there should be, of course, awareness, a very well-written policy in place so that they know what is to be done, who is taking care of what, how do one person come and interact with this agency and get their IP file and take the process forward. At the same time, one critical aspect is safeguarding the interests of both the parties, making sure that there is no conflict of interest. That could be, there are people with vested interests, so that we have to make sure that each and everyone is there with, they are given equal opportunity. So that is something that I feel should be there from the institutional level.
Right. So you would like to add some more points to what we have discussed?
So policy is one thing which need to be adopted by all the institutions. So you can take the sample from IITs. All IITs they have IP policy. Yeah, they have already given the
NSP is an
guidelines.
institutional startup policy, but there needs to be an IPR policy.
So
IPR policy is
IP
something
policy talks about in case of commercialization happens. So what will be the revenue sharing? Okay, how you disclose your inventions, how you draft your transfer licensing agreement. There are many agreements which you need to draft, like you are dealing with third parties. And we also mention who are the stakeholders. We also mention who is the owner. Institute may not be owner in all the cases. So in what sense the institute becomes owner? So what are the terms and conditions? Because you have not used institute resources, but you are working in the institute, you created something. So who owns it? So the policy will talk about it. So actually today I was thought of going through that also, but due to scarcity of time, we could not cover. So maybe next time we'll
Definitely, that opens-
focus only on IT policy. So I drafted for NIT within the IIM Mumbai. So policy, so all IITs is the basic document. Only the revenue sharing methodology will be different. So private organization may say, okay, take 50%, institute will take 50%. But IITs up to 70% goes to the inventors. So this is what I feel it is very, very important to have a IP policy and SOPs who will be doing what and all. So then obviously there will be a first step you are moving forward then.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone. Can we have a quick applause for all the panelists? To summarize what has been discussed, I'll start from the last first, like what Sir gave this insight. IPR policy is the starting step, the bedrock for creating the intellectual property culture in the campus. Filing patent, okay, you must be already having a lot of patents filed, but they cannot be commercialized until unless IPR policy in place. Because there is no guidelines. Now, whether the inventor wants to take it for commercialization, no clue what to do with it. So the policy provides that framework, right? So that's a bedrock. That's the bedrock of the thing. So that's the foundation. So focus on creating a sound policy. So there are a lot of policies in the cloud, which are good document. Oh, we have an IPR policy. So don't create that kind of a policy which is not giving any results. So bring on all the stakeholders. It should be inclusive. It should have everyone involved, and then you create an IPR policy, which at the end helps in commercialization, helps in licensing, helps in creation of startups, right? We had great insights from the startup founder also, like starting early, from the first year itself, how we can push the students towards it, giving them examples about alumni. We had great insights from the incubator CEO, Akhilji, about, again, the policy part of it, and then how the startups which are having the patent get a leverage to get incubated first. The flow is simple. You have an idea, you pitch it to the incubators, they find investors, they show that investment, the pitch to them, you get incubated, and then you get incubated, you get funded. That's the way. If you are funded, then you lift off from there, right? Then we had great insights from Pooja ma'am also about the Kapila and the other things which are converging together, but how it is important to again create more awareness about the same, not only from the students' perspective, but also from academia, because they are also going to mentor them and handle them. And I think from my end, to close it up, I think ma'am has already given us good insights. To close it up, I think let's go today with the learning that we need a sound IPR policy. We have patents. Once we have the IPR policy in place, mention for the previous patents filed also what can be done with that, because then it should not happen that IPR policy is created today, so now from today onwards what will happen? You need to also look at the back end, like what has been already done, right? So with that, I thank all the IIC members who have taken out your valuable time to be here with us for this Navi Mumbai Innovators Summit. I look forward for more such engaging sessions. If you need IP attorneys at your institution to come and talk about it, you want to engage Koteshwar Rao, so you can write to him. You can engage him for this kind of IPR policy mentoring. If you want to organize for the faculty specifically the IPR session, I welcome you all to write to me, right? You have my email ID, you have received the email from that mail ID, you have my contact number in that mail, right? So thank you so much once again. Can we have an applause for the organizers? To all the student bodies who are involved, who are helping the IIC, shape up this program. Thanks once again. I would like to invite ma'am to.
Sir, ma'am is coming. Just
Okay.
principal ma'am. Just-
Okay. So meanwhile, any questions?
So, can I ask?
Yes. Can we pass on the mic to ma'am? You can also name it to whom you are addressing.
So it's a common thing, anybody can answer this. So we have been talking about here like patent and also where we are talking about any tangible product as such. But we come across many students who have like business ideas or startup ideas linked to some unique business models or something. So which doesn't include any tangible product as such. So it becomes very difficult to get funding. So even if we go for many like government schemes also and all, so it becomes a little difficult to get funding for such startups. So could you just throw some light on how to go about like because as from coming from Art, Science and Commerce College, we have a lot of such kind of startups coming. So how we can help them in this regard, and also if you can share like how we can approach investors to come to our for such we have a lot of such idea pitching and all we take up, but how do we connect to them and we can invite them to our campus to for that. Thank you so much.
Someone would like to address? Yeah, so two questions there, right? I'll first answer the second. Investors are approachable. Okay, investors are approachable. There are a lot of, so if you go on Startup India website, you will find exhaustive list of investors. Okay, and investment opportunity board. In fact, if you go on AICT Investor Network, you will find name of 100 investors over there. If not, on LinkedIn, you have VCs and angel investors. If you type in Mumbai, you will find a list of angel investors. I named a few: Indian Angel Network, Mumbai Angel Network, right? Bloom Ventures, Ivy Cap Ventures. There are so many, and they have a huge market cap. Ivy Cap Ventures is having around 4,000 CR of funding. That's the one part of it. So bringing investors for pitching, you need to just write to them that we are having this pitching event, we would like to host you. They don't charge money for that. Ideally. They don't have vested interest. Their interest is to look for ideas and if they can find some of them. But these ideas should be TRL 4 level. At least they should have some MVP. I was in Nanded, there was a guy who came and pitched MLM business. He was so confident and he's talking about multi-level marketing, and I was like, come down. Yeah, this is a turn off for all of us. So you need to first have a scrutiny at your end. What kind of business they are? Is it really a business model? Is it a startup? That is something which at faculty level also you can root it out and you can push those then selected few to come and pitch. That's why in my mail I wrote 2 startups from each institute with TRL 4. And those only we have invited, couple of them, right? So then the investors, if they find that okay, in this institute I find good, they will bring more investors. They have a larger network. They work in tandem, right? And they travel. I took one investor from Mumbai, Chintan Ojha ji. He's a well-wisher of IIC and AICT initiatives. He traveled with me to all the way Pune and came back whole day. From 7:30 we started from Mulund. We reached at around 10:30. So you can see the commitment of people. It's there. It's just that how we are approaching. First part of it, the definition of Startup India for a startup, there is the word with tech comes in. If there is no tech, so as per Startup India, it is not a startup. As per the definition, I'm going with that. And that's why it's really important if it's coming from any walk of life, if there is a tech involved, then there are higher chances of getting funded, incubated. Otherwise, they have the old school methods of getting funding. That is, you create more product, you sell it, or having some local partner, who can invest in your idea. like for example, something into food business, right? But we are looking at the larger impact and the deliverable. So that's.
This is more important, like, see, if you see the Western market, even if you get, 1,000 customers, it's a big business. Here, even if you have millions of entrepreneurs, still you have customers, more than 1,000. So you have to see where you are going to, place yourself. So if it is a tech oriented, then it will become a giant organization. The venture will be bigger. And why investor will invest? Let's say you are an investor. Where you will invest? You will see there is a less risk. Where is there is a less risk? There is a intellectual property protection. So the risk has come down. There is no intellectual property, then you can say that anybody else can copy it. So there is a risk. So if you invest there, you will ask more stake. It's not vice versa. So here, whenever you talk about the risk and the value, both are inversely proportional. Initially, your startup will have more risk. You invest more time in it, with time the risk will come down, the value goes up. So you go for the venture capitalist, any investor, don't go initially. You clear all the risk. The moment you are clearing the risk, the venture value goes up. So even if you give at least, 5%, you will have more money to operate next 1 year. So you have to have your own strategy. Don't jump for, getting, funding and all. So you will not make money. So you need to have your own strategies and everything. And all the things, whichever you feel there is a value, of course there is a value. How much value, obviously market decides, and how you place, how you protect, all those things matter for this.
Okay, any other question? Okay then, we are up for closure now. Can we, yeah, so can we have a quick picture and then we'll move on?
Yeah,
Wait, can you please wait here?
Okay, we'll wait.
Along with the judges, I would like to also call Principal Ma'am on the stage. On the behalf of the SIS family, I am here to express my sincere gratitude to all the dignitaries who have worked tirelessly to make this event a success. First of all, I would like to thank the entire SIS management team and our honorable advisor, Dr. P.V. Parmeshwaran, from the bottom of my heart. It is under your guidance that this institution has reached such heights. I am indebted to all of you for your inspiring leadership. I would like to thank our Principal Ma'am, Dr. K. Lakshmi Sudha, Vice Principal Ma'am, Dr. Aparna Ma'am, and Vice President IIC Rizwana Ma'am, and our NISP Coordinator of IIC Kalyani Ma'am. It is because of your guidance that we are constantly inspired. We are also deeply indebted to our esteemed guests whose insights and experiences have been invaluable. Your presence has elevated this summit to new heights. I would like to thank Mr. Umesh Rathod sir, Koteshwar Rao sir, Pooja Gupta single man, Bhavesh Kotari sir, Nikhil Joshi sir, Abhishek Tiwari sir, and Akhil Nair sir. You have enhanced the reputation of this institute with your words of wisdom and experience. I would lastly like to thank Radhakrishnan sir and all the council members. Without your cooperation, this event would not have been successful. And lastly, I would like to thank all of you who are present here. It is because of all of your cooperation that this event has become this event has become so grand today. Thank you once again. Now I'd like to call Principal Ma'am on the stage for a few words. Small.
Already, I think he has given all the thanks, vote of thanks. Really, from bottom of my heart, I would like to thank each and everyone on this stage. They have taken their time, valuable time, and given all the inputs to our young generation, like startups, those who want to start the startup, really take all their inputs and go ahead. and always risk will be there. Don't think that startup only is having the risk. In entire life, you want to have success, risk is there. So there is no success, and you have to sit ideally and like Buddha, you can sit somewhere and then you can do the thing. But if you want to really feel the real world and face the real world, risk is there. If you want to go heights, risk is there. So take risk, no. So startups anyway, so many insights they are giving, and we have help from the AICTE and Innovation Cell, MHRD is coming and giving so many inputs and so many funds also there in all the places. People are coming forward, young generation, women, they are giving some funds. That NASP, sir rightly told, that NSP they are giving funds for the faculty members, student, there are so many funds. So utilize it and then take risk. Okay, and finally I would like to thank our SIES faculty members who has given support for making this event grand success, like IIC Vice President Rijwana Sheikh and Vice Principal Dr. Aparna Banware and Kalyani Pampativar, faculty in charge, and all the students really worked hard within a short span, even though they were having last week exams, IA exams. After completing the IA internal test, they worked hard for 3 days, and they make this event a grand success. And from the management side, I would like to thank Honorary Advisor Dr. P. Parameshwaran sir for his valuable inputs. Always sir was behind us for each and every event and motivate us to do this all the events. And Radhakrishnan sir, of course, Mr. Akhil, he was there. So thank you all once again, and I hope you all enjoyed this event. So we look forward this such type of events in future also. Always our support will be there, sir, for IIC Innovators Cell. So once again, thank you all.
Concluding the event.
Women-led college, right? The biggest risk in life is not taking one.
Concluding with the session, now I would like all of you to stand up for the national anthem and sing.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जय
जय हिंद जय महाराष्ट्र
Please send us a feedback through the QR code which will be provided here. Please note that all participants, you will be receiving your certificate on the mail that would be provided in the feedback form. So please fill the feedback form.